theme handling data, unit branching out, and this is video 2. Again, we're going to be using Tizzy's first tools. We're going to be using the Decide program, but we're going to take it up to level 2. Now, before I show you this, I want to talk about this option up here on Tizzy's first tools. This will give us teacher access to change some of the settings for the applications that we're going to use. What's very important is that you understand when we change this setting, which I'm about to do, it will only change it on my computer. So if you change the setting, it will only change it on your computer. It won't change it on all of the children's. If you want to change this setting individually, you'll have to go around to each individual computer and change the settings. So this is actually a dummy button. It doesn't work. It's just telling me that I need to press Control T to actually activate and access the teacher settings. So Control T will take me to this screen. Now here you can change lots of different options of how the software works. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but the option that I'm going to change for this example is this one, Whiteboard off. I'm actually going to switch it on, and I'll show you what that does in just a minute. Again, when you get more familiar with the software of Tizzy's First Tools, you might want to play around with these options. However, again, it's important that you understand once you've changed this, it will only change it on your machine. So I'm going to return to the menu. I've got my level 2. I'm going to click on the Decide software. Now, level 2 on this software, initially it looks exactly the same as level 1, but it's actually not, because once I click on one of these options,
choose one of these pictures, but don't tell anyone which one it is. Answer all the questions and the computer will guess.
okay, so the activity is slightly different. Before I go into the activity, I want to just highlight the reason for changing the whiteboard on mode. The reason for this is, down at the bottom here, the menu appears instead of at the top. So normally, we have the menu at the top. If we turn the whiteboard option on, it puts it at the bottom. That's so the children can actually reach these buttons when using the whiteboard. And I just thought I'd show you that for this example. However, back to the activity. So what you would like to do here is, as the teacher, explain to the children that you're going to choose one of these fruits down here, but you're not going to tell them which fruit you've chosen. So you're going to keep it from them. You're then going to press the start button and answer a series of questions to filter down your chosen fruit. And as you go through each option, see if the children can guess, before it gets to the final one, see if the children can guess which fruit you're thinking of. Okay, so for this example, I'm thinking of the green apple. So as I go through these questions, I'm going to be thinking of the green apple. And I've got to answer accordingly to the questions that appear. So here we go. So, does it have a thick skin? Now, you can get the children to go through this activity as well. And if they're struggling to read this text, down here at the bottom, there is the speak button. Again, if we haven't changed the settings, their speak button will be at the top. It's the one that looks like the open mouth. So if I click on that button, it reads out the text to them. Does it have a thick skin? Now, I wouldn't say that an apple has got a thick skin. So the children have got to think about their fruit or their object, depending on which activity you've chosen, and make a decision based on this question. Does it have a thick skin? So I'll obviously answer no. So it then filters off into a branching database, and it now asks me the next question, which is it red? I'll just listen to that. And obviously the one that's in my mind is not red, so I'm going to press no. Does it grow in bunches? So again, if I want to listen to that, the children have got to think about what their object is and relate it to this question. Does it grow in bunches? Now, as you're going through this branching database, remember, you want to be asking the children at each point if they can guess which fruit or which object you've actually got in mind. So, does it grow in bunches? No. And there you go. It's filtered the information down by answering a series of questions. It's filtered my result to the green apple, which is correct. And you can work your way through this with the children, and maybe you could do different examples by clicking on the new, pressing no, and choosing a different activity.